Hello everybody, this is Jeffrey G7 and welcome to the episode. In this episode, we're going to be continuing on with our career mode in Arca. This is episode 2. So we're going to be continuing in Rockingham, and we're going to be doing a couple more races after Rockingham. But in this episode, we are going to be still struggling just a little bit. Rockingham should be our last race to struggle because we are going to discover on how to upgrade your car. I completely didn't know till the end of the episode prior that can actually upgrade your car. So you can upgrade 4 components, which is your engine, your biowork, your chassis, and I believe the other thing was your suspension. So I'll be going through that of how that works, which hopefully does help you out, especially in your career mode. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and make our way to Rockingham. So here we are, Rockingham. We're going to do qualifying. Now this is going to be our last race with a level 1 overall performance. So we're going to be, like we were in the last couple episodes, we're going to be in the low 30s. But like I said before, at the end of the last episode, I had really no idea on how to, per se, upgrade your car. I knew it was possible because, of course, the past Nascar heat games and, of course, Dirt to Daytona, there was a way you can just go to your garage and acquire or purchase new upgrades to your car. So, but trust me, once we do get these new parts fit into Talladega, you are going to see a pretty big, significant improvement on the car. And then I think at the end of the episode, we actually will be maxing out the car all the way to 5-star status. But as you can see, right now we have to struggle one last race. We're going to be starting all the way back in 35th for Rockingham, which is quite a little bit of a letdown because I actually do enjoy racing around Rockingham. So we're going to go ahead and make it to our race, and we're not going to do anything to it. We're going to keep the setup as is. I could have done a custom setup, but I chose rather not to. Just wanted to go ahead and get this race done so that way we can get those nice parts for Talladega. But the main goal I'm going to do here is just survive. I mean, that's all I could basically do. I can't really do anything much except run the high line at Rockingham, and the high line does help out a lot, especially in these cars. But the car feeling a bit smooth. We actually did get blocked a little bit right there, so we'll just have to grin and bear it for this particular kind of corners. But the car overall didn't feel too bad. It was just, I could already tell that the car was just lacking in speed for like the last couple of races. But, you know, handling wasn't too bad. It's just the speed isn't there. So we finally did gain a spot into turn 2. We're going to try to make another spot. We're going to stay down low, try to run through those bumps as well, try to get as much speed as possible. Stay in that draft as well, which is helping me a little bit as we get through the strap once again. We're going to make a move possibly on the high side, or think about it, but so like I said, we just can't go anywhere with the car because we don't have the really good parts on this car. So as we make it in turn 3, we're going to be yet again down there and low. We're going to try to make a move right there. As you can see right there, we're going to make that car in front of us a little bit loose. I saw smoke. As we hit this final lap, we're going to try to take a spot away from the 06 if possible. We're going to run it a little bit up toward the uphill turn 1. As we go through turn 2, unfortunately, we basically don't have any more speed, or we're out of time to make a move at the last turn. So as we're about to approach the finish line, it's going to be yet again down in 33rd spot. So yeah, not our typical race, unfortunately, for Rockingham, but it's just the way it is. As we actually have one more lap to go in this race. You can see there's still 6 trying to fight back, but thankfully for us, we do get a good run. We're going to send it through 3 wide because why not? We're going to send it through, and unfortunately, nothing really happened for us except we actually do gain 1 spot, but that's just about it. As we cross the finish line, it's going to be yet again another 32nd place finish, but this is going to be our last race with the level 1 parts, as we're going to go ahead and get ourselves really good parts for this car. So as we get done with the socials, we are going now to go back to our garage and get ourselves the level 3 stuff. I'll show you how that works. And I would recommend that if you do get these parts, I would recommend trying to get them as early as possible. So as you can see, our stuff are going to go down, but to be honest, I'm not really too worried about it, or not going to be, not worried at all. So we're going to go back to our race shop. We're going to go down to where it says parts store. After we check our notifications from our crew chief and other team members. And we're going to go ahead and fix the car just to try to reduce those points. So that way we can be better of trying to restore the car back together. So I actually almost went ahead and actually went back to pretty much, well, I actually did repair the car even though that was not necessary. The parts are right there. So right click 2 bars down, and yeah, we have now are able to get level 3 stuff. So like I said before, as soon as you get level 3, which I would recommend checking out Daytona. After you get done with Daytona, just check out, see if level 3 is unlocked. That way when you get to Phoenix and Rockingham, it should be a bit better. Also Bristol, that it's going to be quite a huge difference when you get those level 3 parts. So after we get the level 3 parts into the car, we are now going to be in much better shape in Talladega. We're going to be a lot quicker, possibly in the straights solo, and we're hopefully, the way I'm thinking, qualifying should be a bit better too with these grade 3 parts at Talladega. So we're going to go ahead and set our sponsorship goal. Try to challenge ourselves by choosing the hardest difficulty challenge, and we're going to go ahead and go to Talladega. So as everything does begin to load up, here we are at Talladega. I've actually been there personally. It's been close to 20 years ago since I've been to Talladega itself. Went there and went inside the Talladega Museum. It was quite a cool vacation, and we were able to also stand in victory lane as well. So for this particular qualifying, we're going to go ahead and put our setup to 25% tight and get ourselves ready for qualifying. Now I'm going to do the same strat as I did back in Daytona. I'm going to be close to the hot line. That way when we get to the tri-oval, turn 4, leading to the line, we try to get as much speed squeezed out from the wall. So here we are aiming toward that wall, and like I said before at Daytona, just make sure you be as still as possible because the cars do tend to bobble a little bit, and sometimes you can make mistakes to get a bit too close to the wall and lose a lot of momentum. So just be aware of how close you are to the wall, otherwise you're going to pay pretty drastically as you approach that line, like I just did right there. Just a little bit of a love tap, but other than that, it did shave up some speed, which is quite a little bit of annoying, messing up our entry, as we did again. So that's a good reason to be on alert whenever you're doing your first lap. So as we get down to the tri-oval, we're going to be well destined to stay right beside that yellow line as possible for this whole entire qualifying run.
Yeah, let's go.
And even at Daytona, I knew not to not worry about where I started because the AI is so quick here. And in the race, I can also depend on the draft. And that draft really becomes your best friend in these super stupid races. I mean, they're like your best friend when it comes to trying to get your way back up front. But you can already tell the car is a lot faster than it was back in Daytona. So this is a good sign for us when it comes to qualifying. So I'll let you guys watch the quali, and then I'll be right back when we get to the race.
Okay, that's it. We got some work to do. Don't worry, we'll pick up some spots on race day.
As the session comes.
Alright, so as you guys saw, we are still in the back of the pack, 35th. But that is quite a big improvement compared to Daytona. Remember, Daytona, we qualified dead last for that race, so we actually did gain a net of 5 spots compared to that last race. Now, thankfully, with us being in Talladega, the track is a little bit longer. The finish line is, of course, at the end of pit entrance rather than the tri-oval. And for this particular car, since we have level 3 stuff, I could already tell the difference. The way it accelerated from the green flag, the way it's drafting really good, it's going to really stick up pretty good too when we're behind these cars. It just take still a little while for it to really kick in, but once it does kick in, it's going to be like a rocket. So as we go to the turn 3, just like it was when they told it, we're going to be in the high 190s, close, flirting to 200. If we actually do stay close enough to that draft, and we actually do get a nice run as we make our way through the pack, trying to see the wind, getting ourselves some really good runs, and trying to also avoid not getting side drafted too, which is also another big thing. As we get a nice run, we're going to go ahead and try to make a move on the outside. As we are now having 2 laps to go in this race, we are in much better shape than we were at Daytona, so we might actually have a shot here to actually take the win at Talladega. We actually do get a shuffle just a little bit, but we actually do get a nice run. We have somebody pull up right in front of us, get that draft meter going, and we're actually doing some pushing as well. We do get stalled up just a teensy bit right there, and in this part I just really wanted to get back down, get that draft again, like right there, and it just happened at the right time. Just by doing that, get another good shot. Just try to, make as much room as possible and try to really take the advantage of the draft. And look at that, we're just cutting through this like a hot knife through butter, and we're going to find ourselves in a pretty nice spot within the top 10. As we approach the last lap for this race, we do have a big shot of this race. We're going to force ourselves through turn 1, and we're actually right there in the top 5. And yeah, it's looking great for us in our standpoint, as we're going to be 3 wide for P2 as we head to the middle of turn 2. Right beside us is that 22 car. Somehow it gets a little bit of contact. I don't know if it's from us or from the car behind, but he gets taken out. So now it's a 3-car race between myself, the 46, and the 55. We are going to make a move on the outside. We're going to be 3 wide. We get a nice side draft from the 55. We're going to pull our way to the far right, try not to get side drafted, and we're going to come right back down low, protecting that field line. And that's going to be it right there. We're going to go ahead and get the win at Talladega, starting from 35th to 1st in 3 laps. So yeah, quite an amazing run for us in those 3 laps. So just the way we were able to orchestrate it. I mean, just good runs and being able to use that draft, and just really was able to really push it toward the front of the field. So yeah, very, very happy for that result. That's going to really boost our reputation, and we're also going to get a lot of cash for that as well. So those level 3 parts, well worth it for this car. So that got me pumped up. That means I could potentially buy better upgrades for this car. And yeah, I was really, really happy to just knowing that in the early races after Daytona, being in the 30s, not really being too being a little bit confused and not being too happy with the overall results of why the things are not going the way they were supposed to be going. And fast forward to Kansas, and in this race we still have the level 3 stuff, and you can just tell it's just a huge difference than running the level 1 stuff. So I guess level 1 stuff is like 30s. Level 2 stuff, I guess it's like flirting with the top 15, I guess, the top 15, 20s, I guess. And here we are with level 3 stuff, and we're within top 10 at Kansas. So this is going to the right track. Finally found something that could really help us a lot in these races. So here we are making contact again with the 55 car, and we're going to get ourselves a good run at the first turn. It seems like the middle to high line seems to be the best lane to be at for Kansas. I mean, I know you can always stay below the white line, but I think just how you get a good run out of the corner leading you toward the straights really helps a lot. Unfortunately for us, we're going to be in 9th place. We had a good shot for 8th place, but we actually got the door shut on us, unfortunately. But hey, we'll take a top 10 after going through all the stuff we did earlier in the season. I mean, it finally gained some progress for the car. So after Kansas, we are going to go ahead and officially get ourselves the best stuff that you can ask for your car. So finally, it took me a little while to realize that. If I would have known that you could upgrade the car as soon as you were done with Daytona, I would have gotten this stuff a lot better. So And you can see the durability of grade 3 stuff. They do last a bit longer. But for right now, we're going to ignore that. And we're going to go back to our race shop. We're going to go down to our parts list, to the parts store, and get ourselves the best stuff. Now, as you can see, the best stuff is, of course, going to cost you the most as well. But trust me, it is going to be well worth it. So that's level 5 chassis, level 5 body, level 5 engine, everything level 5. So it's going to be quite a huge difference when we get to the track. Now, saying that, you probably could maybe need a little bit of a custom tune, maybe for some of these tracks. But other than that, you should be well within top 5 speed already for the car. So we're going to go ahead, talk to our agents, talk with our crew chief and stuff. So we finally got the chances to check out the point standings and all that stuff. Have the choice between NASCAR Fan Zone or the crew meeting. So we're going to go ahead and do the crew meeting. That way it will help us out with our repair points and go from there. So we can go ahead and go race for our first race with these level 5 parts. And it's going to be at the legendary North Wilkesboro. Now, trust me, it took me a little while just to get used to North Wilkesboro. The strange part about the car is that for me, which I still need to get used to, but it seems like the left front was a little bit on the happy side, and I could tell the rear of the car was a little bit happy too. Tail happy, that is. So I need to get a little bit better at maybe being at the right part of the track and not have to worry about having that much sliding, I guess. Or I probably could have just maybe tried a different custom setup, which would have helped the car not to slide as much. So other than that, with it being a new track and just getting used to it, I was still very happy overall having level 5 material for our car. Now, even though we do technically have possibly the best parts that we could possibly get for our car, we're still going to be within the top 10 for our qualifying, so a little bit lower than I was expecting. But other than that, still, as long as we keep our sponsorship happy, then I myself am going to be pretty pleased overall. So we just need to figure out how to do better qualifying. And once we get that down pat, then we can put ourselves in better chances in races in the future. But we're going to be under the lights at Wilkesboro, and trust me, it looks really, really good. It looks pretty cool. Just be at this track and being able to actually race this track for the very first time in a NASCAR video game. I've seen some old races back in the day in the 90s of this track, and just being able to race it personally is actually pretty cool. So we're going to make some couple passes as we get done with the first lap, and just mainly the way I think about it is just surviving the first corner. That seems to be the main thing. I mean, you sure could probably dip below there, but you get to see if you just dip below that apron, the car does not like that at all. So you just need to figure out a good rhythm and choose the right lane at particular turn 1 and turn 3. Once you do that, once you get the mojo going, then you probably could just really put down some pretty good lap times. So, but for us, we're going to try our best to get into the top 10. I know we can. We got the best stuff on the car, technically. It's just not being used to this track, and plus being, held up a little bit by this traffic in front of us too. So as we get to the last lap, looks like we're going to have a shot for our top 10 finish. As we get to the last turn, we're going to try to potentially send it, or try to anyway. We're going to be side by side with the 76. As we're going to be side by side, we get a nice run and got ourselves P10. So yeah, now as we officially cross the finish line, well, on lap 5, we're going to make a move on the outside, try to get nice place. But apparently the high lane, not that very effective as it was for Kansas. But we try again, not too much effective either. So we have to be more toward the lower part of the racing lane, like the blue car is. The blue car is actually trying to get 8th place. We're going to be 3 wide almost at the end of the corner as we get a good run on the 71. Going to be side by side, still making contact a little bit. And we just cannot get a good enough run over the 71 as we're going to try to make a run on the turn 1. As we got about 2 more laps to go. We do send it a bit deeper at the apex. We're going to be side by side. We almost wrecked ourselves in the process, but thankfully we did kept it. As we're about to approach the last lap, potentially try to get a nice place if it's on the table. Get to the first turn. Nice entry. We're going to be side by side with the blue car. We actually do shove the blue car up the road, and that's going to allow us to potentially keep ninth place, as we're going to get ninth place from the blue car, and that's going to be it for our race at North Wilkesboro. So, you know, there's some tracks I need to get better at. Of course, first time at North Wilkesboro, still a fun track. Has that late model feel to the track, so it's pretty nice racing there. Just need to get used to it and figure out what to exactly do at that track. So as we get out of North Wilkesboro, we're going to go ahead back to our race shop, and you know, things are getting better. Things are a bit more greener per se. As you can see, some of the parts did drop off, unfortunately, which is probably the choose your poison type of thing. Sure, you got the best parts, but you need to upgrade them or repair them per se. But unfortunately, that's the way sometimes the cookies crumbles. So I honestly tried to buy another part, but I was thinking, well, let's go ahead and repair them and see what happens. So we went ahead and did the recommended method, and I could already tell that was not going to work. Just the engine itself would have been, you know, repaired, and I wasn't going to be too content about it, so I figured on trying to figure something out here on what to do with the car. But first, we're going to go ahead and get our sponsorship goal first. Then we're going to go back and try to get our car fixed up. We're going to do the recommended method and do that. So we got 2 out of 4 bars in the blue, but we're going to go ahead and go with it anyway. And for our next race is, of course, going to be Charlotte. And I actually do enjoy Charlotte, especially being able to ride that medium to high lane as well. And you'll be able to see our qualifying is going to be quite a big, significant line race either. So I'll let you guys watch quali, see what I can do, and I'll be back in the race.
Starting in the top 10. Nicely done there. We'll get you to the front on race day.
Let's take a look at the result. Let's go.
What do you need out there? Flip the switch. Time to go.
So as you guys saw, we did 8th place overall for our qualifying, which I was pretty happy about that, honestly. So really good qualifying effort. As you also saw, I went ahead into the custom setup menu and just mainly did one to the adjustment to the left, making it 49.5 for the wedge. Other than that, the car felt really good. The only thing that I needed to do was to make sure and stay on the high groove, which unfortunately I was not able to do that. As you can see, we're going to actually lose a spot. But as we get turn 3, we're going to be right in the low part of the track. We're going to try to recapture that spot, which we actually do. And now we can get back and try to get something going for this race. So as we come across the finish line, as it's going to be another sprint race, we're going to try to make a move on the 25, which we actually do. Now we need to be more worried about trying to stay on that high to medium groove. That way we can use it to get good runs out of that first turn and try to see if we can get some more spots before this race is over. We're going to be side by side with the 76, and we're going to easily pick that spot up as well. As we go to the high lane, finally for the first time for this race, we get ourselves quite a nice shot. You can just already tell such a good run right there. As we now approach with 2 laps to go in this race, we're going to be well within the top 5. as we're in P4. So if we probably had maybe 2 more laps, maybe, then we probably would have had a shot, as we almost made contact with both the wall and with the same with the D3 car. But as we head to turn 3, we see the top 2 in front of us. We're going to dive down close to the white line, get ourselves a good run. We actually do went up and accidentally making contact to the guy in 3rd, giving him a little bit of a boost accidentally. We're going to do it again as we get to the last lap. We got one more shot to possibly get 3rd place out of this race, which would be a great finish for us, with it being an intermediate track. So as we get to turn 2, not the best kind of run, but that 3rd place guy is letting us have the high groove, which I really appreciate. And looks like we're going to try to do ourselves a battle like what Johnson did with Labonte back in the 600 race back in 05. We're going to be side by side, but unfortunately he's got the draft, so he's going to actually keep P3, and we'll just have to settle for P4 at the time being. But still, overall, a great race weekend, qualifying the top 10 and finishing 4th place. So very satisfying result for our car, as we finally got ourselves some good stuff and can finally put in some good results for the team and with these parts. So as you can see, 4th place, and as you also may have noticed too, we're moving up on the chain as well for these standings. Unfortunately for our parts, you can see, yeah, a lot of them went to the red, which is quite unfortunate, but what we'll have to do is potentially have to repurchase some parts. But as you can see, we got ourselves reputation level 2, so if we keep our repetition to level 3, that's going to give us a chance to be in the truck series. So you can see there's our overall revenue with both the series and for the team. As we get ready for our next race, we're going to first go ahead and go to our race shop first, get our car either overhauled or repaired as much as we possibly can, and make it to the next race. So we're going to go ahead and sign the sponsor with NASCAR Speed Park. We're going to put ourselves with the original challenge, the normal challenge goal, and we're going to go ahead and repurchase the 2 parts that are in really bad critical condition. That way, whenever we do repairs, the engine and the other category will be in the green, or be in better shape overall. So as you can see, not looking good for us, so we're going to leave. We're going to have to, unfortunately, have to pretty much rebuy some parts. But before that, we're going to go to our office, and we're going to hire this dude right here, and this is going to pretty much significantly help out your repairs. So just to keep an eye out for your office and see if you have any new mechanics to show up, and if they're like really good, like that guy was right there, it'll actually will take less points, and you can see that the first category is now maxed out, even as how bad category or how bad it was earlier. Now since we got that new guy, you can see he's able to repair all the way back to its prime condition. So just keep an eye out for both your parts and for any other potential hires for your office, because it's going to really help out your race team, and it's going to really help out your overall performance, and possibly it's going to save you some money too from repurchasing all the level 5 stuff. So now as we get ready, or almost ready for our next race, as we went ahead and purchased the right stuff, we're going to go back into the next race with an overall with top 5 potential as we get to the next race, and that next race is going to be Michigan, and I am very much looking forward for this race, because Michigan is another great track that you can really put the car in the corner and it just sticks. So I'll let you guys watch qualifying, and then I'll be right back for the race.
Get her started now. Time to go. Be ready.
Alright, so as we start for our final race for this episode, we start P6. So I'm very stoked, very happy for the qualifying result. Like I said before, I just like how the way Michigan feels for my wheel. Felt really good, even though we didn't get the best start. As you can see, we got somebody right below us, but we do know we got ourselves a shot of potentially getting a win at Michigan. So as we get to the first corner, we're going to pretty much stay in draft, which is going to help us a little bit. And then once we get to turn 3, we're going to really make a move on the outside. We actually make up some spots as we hit turn 3. As we get to the corner, where that car just sticks like butter. Stay in that midline. We actually do get a nice run out of this corner. We're going to get P3 and P2. Now we can get ourselves a look at the race leader, which is Queen. We're going to make a move on the outside, and watch this. Queen is going to come up the track, get us a block, and unfortunately we make contact, and I get forced into the, or not, I didn't get forced into the wall, but I just unfortunately hit the wall, lose all of my momentum, and unfortunately this is going to be where we're going to be at for the rest of the race. We're going to be pretty much defending and try to fight ourselves back to P2, but yeah, it was so annoying. Just make a little error, just we're so close to get a non-restricted plate win, it being at Michigan. So we're going to thankfully rebound and get P2, but just knowing that we had a shot to win it, quite infuriating a little bit. And even with the best parts, you'll see that guy behind us with that draft, he still is going to easily catch up to us and give us a couple of bumps. So could I possibly done a custom setup? Possibly. It could have maybe helped. Maybe I could have done 25 to the loose, possibly. But other than that, it was just a brutal bad judgment error on my part, just being able to lose that round. And unfortunately, we were basically the same pace as the race leader, so we're not really catching or losing. We're basically our overall stalled out, which was also a little bit annoying too, because I kind of figured, well, maybe I'll probably have really good speed, possibly the fastest speed compared to what I was qualifying at. So, but unfortunately that was not the case. But other than that, still very happy for a P2, even though I wish it was a win, to be honest. But where we were at in the first episode over in Bristol and Phoenix, and being all the way back in the 30s, even Rockingham, being all the way back in the pack, this really beats it by a mile of just how great this car is, and all the parts involved really making this car a lot stronger and evolving to a real race contending car. So we're going to finish the race in P2, which I can't complain too much because the car was great, and like I said before, it was just a bad judgmental error on my part. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. Hopefully you guys learned that you can actually get better parts into your car. Like I said, like I mentioned plenty of times in this episode, just once you're done with Daytona, check out your parts store, see if level 3 is out there. If not, if level 2 is available, then put that on there. It's going to save you a lot of heartache and a lot of stress just by putting it on there. But yeah, I'm really glad that we are making some grounds and making some really good progress with our car, and looking forward to see what I have left to offer for the Arca series and for the trucks, Xfinity, and Cups. So I really am going to enjoy the rest of career mode. So as we parry ways, like I said before, hopefully this video has been a lot helpful. I actually am going to try to do another career video hopefully tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then hopefully Wednesday it'll be out, and hopefully that episode will be a big help to you too as well. If you guys are curious and would like to check out my first career episode, you can just check it as it soon as it's going to appear on the screen. You can check it out. If there is any questions about the game, or if you have any comments or any feedback you wanted to know about the game, you're more than welcome to put it down below in the comment section. Until then, hopefully you guys have a great rest of the day or night, wherever it might be, and I'll see you guys later, and take care.